Remarkable young people from across Britain and Ireland are being recognised with Rotary Young Citizen Awards 2019. The awards honour the achievements and positive citizenship shown by young people through hard work, inspirational ideas and a determination to help others and make a difference. Each year, Rotary clubs across Britain and Ireland nominate youngsters for the awards. The winners will be presented with their awards at Rotary in Britain and Ireland's Showcase Conference in Nottingham on Sunday. Throughout the week, we are going to be hearing from the winners, starting with 11-year-old Alana Habergham-Rice from Rotary. This is her story.
I'm Alana and I'm 11 and I do Alana's Caring Cakes to make people smile. When I was about 4 or 5, I was like, I want to do something for charity. I decided to do a cake stall. As the years went on, it got into more and more and more, and then it got to Alana's Caring Cakes. Everybody loves cake, so when they're not having a great time, we'll take them cake and then it's like something nice to cheer them up. Hello. You've been nominated for an Alana's Caring Cake. I take cakes to people to make them smile when they're having a tough time, and Cheryl's nominated. Cheryl brought some buns.
Thank you.
It's alright.
Thank you.
It's alright. I think the best thing for me is just seeing how happy it makes people, because that's all I want out of it. I just want people to be happy. You've been nominated for some cake.
Thank you, darling.
You've been nominated by Nicole, because she said you were having a tough time recently, so she wanted to give you some cake.
I have had a tough time. Yes, I lost my partner in January. Look at that.
Hi Margaret, you've been nominated for some cake.
Thank you, dear.
You're coming in.
Bless you.
She deserves it. She's always here for us, and we've lost my dad last year, and she's just been very brave.
I didn't know nothing about this. Surprise, surprise.
The cakes are all free to make people smile. If anybody says, oh, I'll give you this money, we all give it to a little girl called Daisy. She has cerebral palsy, she's 8, she's one of my best friends, so I can't think of a better place for the money to go to.
She comes across as a really confident little girl, but that hides quite a lot of things. The vast majority of professionals we've come across in school, etc., believe that she's highly likely she's autistic, but baking along with singing keep her massively calm, so we actively encourage her to keep doing it.
There's never an age to start doing something that's kind for the community, because you can surely think of something that every age could do, and for me that's cakes.
What a darling. She was joined by another winner, Anastasia Blease, who explained more about the award.
I was nominated because of my charity work, so I run something called Alana's Caring Cakes, where I take cakes to people free of charge who are having a tough time. It's all free, we don't ask for a donation, but sometimes people do donate. Someone donates £20 a month towards ingredients, and then any other money goes towards a little girl called Daisy with cerebral palsy. Daisy is a little girl who's 2 years younger than me, but I met her when she first joined my school, and she has very severe cerebral palsy, and she's one of my closest friends, and a lot of her funding isn't covered on the NHS, so with all the fundraising we do, it helps to pay for her equipment. I've seen all the equipment and the treatment. You don't see the treatment, but you see the progress in Daisy when she's been on a treatment. It definitely feels good, because you know what you're doing is making a difference to someone, so it definitely feels really nice to know that what you're doing is going to a good cause and that it really helps her. I've been baking with my mum since I could walk and sit on a counter and help, but then when I was about 4 or 5, I decided I wanted to do a cake stall to raise money for charity. And then I did that for quite a number of years, and then back 2 years ago in January, I started Alana's Caring Cakes. We get all sorts of reactions: crying, happiness, loss for words, anything you can imagine that's like a really nice emotion, we get it. I think anything that you're passionate about, you should always go ahead with it, because even though you're one person, you can make a difference.
And we saw Anastasia there. Let me just tell you a bit more about her. She's 14. She's a wheelchair basketball player, fast becoming a sporting hero after winning gold at a European tournament. She was born with spina bifida, and she returned home with a gold medal from the European Championships in France with Team GB's junior women's under-24s. She is the youngest player in the squad, and she only began playing 6 years ago. She's played nationally for Wales under-15s team every year since she was 9. Now Anastasia is being recognised for her achievements with the Rotary Young Citizen WheelPower Sports Award 2019. She was nominated by the Rotary Club of Flint and Holywell, who helped her to buy a bespoke sports wheelchair. And I think we can hear from Anastasia now.
I think I've been nominated because recently I've obviously been to the European Championships with the GB under-24 squad, and we won gold there, so that was an amazing achievement for me. And recently I was associated with Flint and Holywell Rotary, and they've helped me fund a new sports wheelchair, which I'd be lost without. It's all I use, so I'm really grateful for that. I want to say thank you to them, and thank you to them for nominating me, because it means an awful lot to be recognised for the sport, because it's an amazing sport. It's growing so much, and it just deserves a lot more coverage than it gets. It's got support for those with disabilities. You can come in, you can have a go, but it's all inclusive, so if you haven't got a disability you can come along and see what it's all about. When I was younger, and before my disability was as severe as it is now, I used to do swimming and I did dancing when I was really small, but as I got older I wasn't able to do those sports, so I moved on to wheelchair basketball, and I discovered it. I went shopping and there was an advertisement stall on, and they saw that I was a wheelchair user, so they asked me if I'd ever seen it before, and I told them that I'd seen it but never had a go. But then I did have a go, and I just fell in love, and I've been doing it ever since. It's quite difficult when I first came into it, because obviously there's 2 of us who were 13 and I'm just a bit younger than that other girl, but we're really close. And then you have the other end of the spectrum, which is they're 24, some of them have got children, fully grown women, and it's a bit weird how we're all on one squad because we're all classed as juniors, but we are a family and we all get along amazing, and they support us because obviously some of them have been to Paralympics themselves, and they tell us what to do and how to go about it, and how we just have an amazing relationship between us. There's no fighting in the team, we're all pretty close. I just want to thank WheelPower for recognising this award, because it really is an amazing achievement to be recognised for disability sport, an all-inclusive sport, but mainly focused on people who don't have the same opportunities in able-bodied sport.
That's Anastasia, one of the winners who's going to be honoured on Sunday night at the Rotary in Britain and Ireland's Showcase Conference in Nottingham.